Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, it's gonna be a little different and I'm really excited. I filmed the watercolor method and all of the deets to this wig will be down in my description box below. Disclaimer, I bought this wig with my own money. This wig was not given to me, so also, if I sound really funny throughout this video, even over like the voiceover part of the video, it's because I am like sick. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and it was so fun, and I'll have all of the details and everything listed down in the description box. All of the colors and stuff that I have used in this video to dye this hair will be down in my description box, and they will even be on the screen throughout the video. But without further ado, let's jump right into this video. Dizzy Beats. So the first products I need are just a brush and some combs, and this hair did come from Wiggins Hair and I got it in 613 straight. It is 200 density and 22 inches, and I will have the rest of this information down in my description box. And I'm just showing you guys what the wig looked like. It has adjustable straps, it has combs in it, and I did take these combs out because I just do not like combs at all. And I did use Kiss colors to dye my hair today, and the shades I used were Red Velvet and Intense Red to try to get this very red, nice, pretty hair. And since this is the watercolor method, you are going to need a plastic bin and some very hot water. I will have the number of pictures that I used pop up on the screen because I did lose count of how many water pictures I used, and I just got that hot water right from my sink. I did not boil the water. And the supplies that I needed were gloves and a plastic spoon. Now I'm just going to start pouring the hair dye into the bin. So I did go in and I used 1 bottle of each shade. And once both shades were in the water, I went ahead and just stirred them up with that plastic spoon. One thing I did learn while doing this method is you really have to just eyeball it. It's not going to come out exactly how you imagined it unless you've done it a couple of times. But I did get the shade that I was going for, but it was not the exact shade I was going for. So I did get a couple of different colored streaks. But to protect my lace, I'm going to go in with some Got to Be Glued freeze spray, and I'm just going to put this all over my lace and then let it dry for a little bit just so that my knots and everything will not get dyed from the red coloring. The knots on this wig were very large for some odd reason, and so they did end up getting color on them anyway, even with the Got to Be Glued method. But you did see me just do a test strip on the hair and it turned out a little bit purple. So I did go in with a little bit more intense red, and then I test dyed another piece, and then I did not like that one either. It came out a little bit more pink. So I went in with just a little bit more of the Red Velvet, and then once I tried that one, I just stirred it up again, and then I ended up liking how that test strip looks. So then I just put my whole wig in there, and to make sure that my wig was underwater for enough time, I did put my timer on for 3 minutes. And for this step right here, I very much advise you guys to definitely use gloves. I ended up having to change my gloves about 4 or 5 times throughout this whole process because I was just nervous that water was seeping in, and I did not want to get any dye on my hands because it would definitely stain. So right here you just see me wringing out the hair, and one thing that I did do wrong was as I wring it out, when I was looking through the hair, I left the tips of the hair in the water. You want to make sure that you pull the wig completely out of the water because the tips of my hair did get a little darker because they got more time in the water than the rest of my hair. But right here I'm just going to comb out the hair to see what I'm working with and to see where I need to get more color at. So I did end up seeing that I would need more dye at the top of the hair, rather than the bottom. The bottom was pretty much done. So I did go ahead and add the rest of that bottle of red velvet dye into the bin, and I stirred it up, and I did not add new water or anything like that. And I did put the wig head first just to make sure that those pieces that needed to be dyed were going to definitely be dyed. And for future purposes, I would not put the entire wig in. I would just put in the sections that needed the more dye. And I did end up just moving this wig around a little bit to make sure that it was getting dyed, and I left it in the water for about 2 minutes. But I am going to go in with a little bit more dye on the hair just to hit some spots that I feel like did not get touched when I did go ahead and dip it again. So here I am, and I'm just going to comb through the hair to just get it nice and smooth so that I can see exactly where I need to add more dye. And then I'm just going to go in with different shades. I kind of mix and matched wherever and just kind of freehanded throughout the hair. It didn't really matter which colors I used in which area. I definitely just freehanded this step for the most part. It's not really rocket science. You just take any color and just kind of add it in there, whichever color you prefer. It really did not matter to me because for the most part I felt like the wig was pretty much dyed how it was going to look. But after this, I did let the dye sit in the hair for 5 minutes, and I did wash it out. I did have to wash the hair 3 times, and then I left the conditioner in for just a couple minutes because I just wanted to make sure that I got all of the red hair dye out so that the hair would not bleed. But yeah, for the most part, that's all I did for this step. And there she is, you guys. Look at that color. As you can see, the lace did get tinted red just a little bit, but that was no problem for me when I was installing it. The biggest problem was how big the knots were. They could not be called transparent at all because you can but I am going to go in with a little bit more dye on the hair just to hit some spots that I feel like did not get touched when I did go ahead and dip it again. So here I am, and I'm just going to comb through the hair to just get it nice and smooth so that I can see